Okay, can I be honest? This has really been fun. So, day 9 is on the in my newsletter. It says, God, who am I now? Well, who am I then? That's what it says. Well, who am I then? I say that to say because on my journey in the very beginning, remember when I told you on day 1 when I cried my intro before I start the journey, the 10-day journey with you, I told you that um, I God had said this isn't who you are, right? All the stuff that I was carrying, the baggage, the extra 70 pounds, the internal weight, the physical weight, this isn't who you are, right? So it's like, okay, though this isn't who I am, my question was, well, who am I then? Well, who am I then? And the reason why I say that was because, it's like I've identified myself with that for so long that no longer was my excuse. I identified with having low self-esteem, with not feeling enough, with feeling that I had to do everything right, with feeling that God was against me, with feeling that I had to be a certain size to be accepted, with feeling that I had to act a certain way to have a certain number of acceptance or a certain amount of friends, and all this just empty heaviness stuff to think that this was how I had to function and show up in society, which is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And so God had said when it said this isn't who you are. The Spirit had said this isn't who you are. I'm getting ready to show you who you are. Well, who am I then? Have you asked that? Now that I have, okay, now that I've, okay, it's like, okay, now that I've unpacked, right? Now that I have all this other stuff out, I've unpacked, I've, took all the stuff out the luggage. I, have all this stuff. Okay, I'm not what my mom said. I'm not what my dad said. I'm not what I experienced. I'm not the physical abuse. I'm not the verbal abuse. I'm not the emotional abuse. I don't have to show up as that anymore. I don't, right? All these things we don't have to show up as. Here's the answer to that. Once you have unpacked, when you're willing to unpack, what naturally shows up is who you are. The garbage that you choose to empty out, what naturally comes, what you adhere to, what you're able to hear clearly is the truth. What you maybe have thought about yourself and thought you had to show up as yourself, when you're willing to do the work and dump that and release that, what naturally comes is what's already been there. What you may have seen with your own eyes, out of your own wounds, out of your own scars. When you release the scars and when you see the truth, what you naturally see is what you've meant to see. When your heart has been wounded, when you felt you had to guard yourself ever since you were a little girl, when those survival traits, become your norm, and then one day you don't have to be that anymore. And when you're willing to peel away the layers, layer by layer, and you recognize what's always been there, is that unwavering vibration of love. You show up different. So you don't really have to say, who am I then? It'll automatically flow from you. It'll automatically be who you are. It will be the expression of you, the vibration of you. So you don't have to be afraid. And even if you are afraid, it's still okay. But are you willing to take that step? It's just a matter of being willing. Not a matter of being perfect, but simply a matter of being willing. When you're willing, that's all that is required. When you're willing to heal, that's all that's required. You're not wired to carry the weight that you feel you have to carry. There is another way. There is a better life for you. And it's waiting for you. It's at your disposal. But you got to be willing to choose to step into the unknown so that you can see the power that you truly hold. so that you can see how you might be sitting on the desires and you could be in your own way and not even know it. So that you can step into what is true. What is that feeling and that sight and that vision of what heaven on earth really is. And that it is for you and at your disposal. And that you have the ability to unlock that. That's the power that you have. Remember the story about Zeus. That's the power that works within you. That's that God-given power, that authority, that sovereignty, that level of truth, that level of humility and grace, that level of connection. That's who we are.